Well, didn't plan on being back quite this fast. I was going to do this tomorrow, but I will not be around tomorrow. So I figured might as well get it out of the way and do it tonight. We are going to discuss the story we talked about last night. A little bit of a follow up has been posted, and I just want to talk about it because this gets worse and worse. And I'm interested what you guys will say about it. So let's get going. All right, y'all. This is a trigger warning. We're going to talk about this story again. I have been following Nova's mom on social media. In fact, we watched some of her videos directly from her page yesterday. Just a refresher, in case you don't know what we're talking about, I am going to just do a quick little review of what we talked about yesterday because I want to start there, and then I'm going to go into the interview that she released 9 hours ago. Again, please go give Rabbit from Down the Rabbit Hole News a big shout out. Rabbit has been really covering this situation with soft white underbelly, doing an excellent job. Poor Rabbit. I don't even think she was quite anticipating the mom's channel to be what it was. I messaged her yesterday and was like, have you been watching what's going on the mom's channel? And she was like, wait, what? And I was like, yeah, according to the mom, Nova, like, thank God for people like Rabbit who pay attention to this stuff. But a lot of us are finding new stuff that's concerning in this. So we're just going to jump into it right quick so I don't make this a long drawn out one. This is my video from yesterday that we talked about. So I'm going to give you a little refresher, just kind of lay the groundwork, and then we're going to go into the current interview, and then I've got one more topic to discuss. Can you guys, actually, I can play this one. She's not in here. Hey, y'all. We know this stuff is out there. We see it every day. What he's doing is normalizing child pornography. Thank you very much. I agree with you. And he's not the only one doing it either. This is the mother. This is Nova's mother. There's a reason why I'm replaying these parts, and you'll understand in a moment. So Nova did an interview on Soft White Underbelly a year ago. Nova is also Tanya tonight. I don't know how you pronounce her name. Anyways, she was also dating somebody else that has been on Soft White Underbelly and the No Jumper podcast by the name of C-Mac. He's kind of a controversial character in himself. I think he's currently locked up potentially, but we'll get into that. We're going to go from this. I'm going to segue into her channel directly. So bear with us. This gets a little heavy. And again, we're not going to watch the full thing. If you want to watch this full interview, I am not playing Nova's interview because I find it to be extremely disturbing. And even though he did go back in and blur, you can still see a lot. And in my opinion, it's basically catering to child pedophiles. So
I got on all blue. They're going to be like, C-Mac. They're going crazy on the internet.
Are you and C-Mac back together again? Depends on what week I ask you, right?
Yeah. We were together and I kind of like dipped out a little bit. We broke up for right now. We're like a on and off relationship.
Mm-hmm. He's an interesting character.
Oh yeah, but I don't.
You're an interesting couple.
Right. I don't think that he can really handle me, honestly. So I kind of have to dip out this go round. Like I have to really make some things happen for myself and my daughter. And he does not like my daughter being on the street. So
he does not like the daughter being on the street. So she needs, again, I'm playing this for context so you can hear a little of the backstory and how this interview was set up. So she, in her interview on Soft White Underbelly, just to lay the groundwork, was talking about the fact that her daughter was on the street, okay? Because things get really complicated here in a few minutes with the new interview that, well, new video that the mom, loosely using that term, released. Needs to make some things happen. She has multiple children too, not just Nova.
we're arguing about that all.
Do you like your daughter being on the streets?
Heck no. Heck no. It was just her birthday. I'll talk about that. And I'm going to tell you what she did.
Yeah, we could actually refer to her as the biologic. Yeah. I agree with you, Little Minx. I struggle with that too.
She is off the chain.
Is she following in mom's footsteps?
See, what I think she's doing, she's following in my highlights. She's trying to. So are we starting?
Yeah.
I feel like my daughter she's trying to be like how my interviews are or how I am now. And she's not realizing that in between that, I went through a lot of stuff. And that's what I tried to say in the interview, not because of her, because that was my truth. My daughter was running away at that time, but I didn't know she was going to be on Fig. I thought she was just running away, and I was just telling my truth.
She's a very bright young girl.
Thank you.
She's a very bright young girl. Okay. I'm playing this for a reason because he is saying she's a bright young girl. Obviously, he's been around her, right? She says, thank you. You'll see why this is important in a minute.
And I tried to groom her the best way that I could.
This was the part I had a major issue with. I tried to groom her the best way that I could. Now I'm going to fast forward because we've heard all that. But here is another piece of one of the interviews that was on her page that we watched yesterday. I'm just giving you a quick once over because the new information that's being released is very interesting, to say the least. Go for her interview at Soft White Underbelly. And I'm playing this for a reason.
So I'm here at Soft White Underbelly. I'm doing my update video. It's a cute little location.
This is the mom of the 14-year-old. She is 14 and she is incarcerated, according to the mother.
I told him I lost my booty. They've been stressing me out so much. He said, no, you still have your booty. Let's see. No.
She's worried about her booty.
Really, but yeah. Okay, so I'm about to do my thing, y'all. It's been a long time coming. I haven't had my interview since last year, and it seems like I'm gonna be a regular here, letting people know.
Seems like I'm gonna be a regular here. She hadn't been back in a year. Yeah, she did an interview a year ago. You can see that on Mark's channel. It's up there too. She has lost some weight since the last time she was on there. I mean, who knows what from. But she's pretty excited about being a regular on there. Just wait.
Another update of my life because the internet just be running with it. Like, no. The interview is here for the real deal. You want to hear from the horse's mouth? You can hear from the horse's mouth, baby. So yeah, stay tuned. This will probably be out in a few weeks. Yeah, that's how he did it last time I did it, and then it came out in like 2 weeks. So it will be out top of next year, or probably this month. Let me, don't give me the line. So you guys wish me luck, and what else? I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
I'm going to fast forward here because this is what I want you to see.
Period.
So she's excited about being in the book. All right. Well,
From out this interview, baby.
okay. Pay close attention. She says, I just came out of this interview, baby.
Because when I tell you, baby, I don't play when it comes to me, baby. Mama gotta feed these kids, baby, because listen.
So obviously she got paid pretty hefty for doing this interview. again, I would love to see the contracts that these people sign when doing these interviews, the releases that they sign, and how much they're paid. Is it a lump sum? Is it off of views? Where does the money aspect come into? Is it depending on what they give? Did she get paid more because she brought a 13-year-old child on to interview? Oh, it's way more than $1,000. That's all $100 bills. Okay, this is what we talked about yesterday. She's fanning the money. Now I'm going to fast forward for a moment. She knows she can go get her money on her own. This was the interview that I didn't put on screen, just so everybody's aware. You can watch this video yourself. So in this piece, you can hear the mom on the mom's channel talking to the daughter in the car. Again, it's linked below if you want to watch it. I will not be putting the child's face on here, but she talked about this interview. The name of this interview, or this video that the mom put on the channel, included soft white underbelly. Okay. So we discussed all of this. We discussed the consent, who actually has legal custody of her. I know there's been so many people saying she's a ward of the state. Mom lost guardianship. The daughter even said that mom doesn't have custody of her. The daughter said nobody has custody of her, which obviously somebody does. The grandparents at one point in time obviously raised this child, so on and so forth. It is a complete and utter mess. Well, we're going to go here now. So 9 hours ago, and I've been watching the mom's page for updates because I genuinely want to know what the hell is going on here. This is where we're headed. And then we're going to go into a little bit further into this. Now, the discussion I want to have is, I have been looking up the consent laws in California when it comes to publication, news releases, interviews of that nature. It's a little iffy. I'm not a legal expert in this arena, so I'm trying to piece together how they have contracts, what would have to be included in the contract. But let's play this, and then I want to look at, hey, Nana L. This is interesting. Trigger warning.
I want to address something. My name is Tania, and I did a soft white underbelly video. It went viral, and it kind of went viral because a lot of people didn't know that that was my get down. Like, that's what I did, and like that I went through those things in my life. So meanwhile, in that time, my daughter was 13 years old, and she was running away at the time, and she is a chronic runaway. So while being ran away, she started to see my videos circulate, and she decided that she wanted to get a video done herself.
All right. I got to stop it right off the bat, because if you look at the videos that we watched in that full, you can watch my video from yesterday. It's 2 hours. We pulled all sorts of videos. We started off with Mark's own words on, he's not a helping channel, he's a mental health channel. Then we segued into her videos from her channel. We highlighted her interview on Mark's channel, the fact that she got paid. The big question I continue to have is, who is giving consent for this child? And why are the stories continuing to change? There's big, big red flags all over the place with this. Huge red flags. And somebody should be stepping up and saying something. But in the interview of the mom, her and Mark are talking about the child. Mark saying she's a bright young, none of this seems shocking to her, at least in those of you that have watched this, did any of you feel that she didn't know that this interview happened? Anybody in the comment section feel that the mom did not know that this interview took place or was shocked by it? Anybody? Genuinely asking, because I'm confused now, but let's go.
So she then got into the arms of Mark, and that is crazy because my intuition was already saying, like, my daughter is going to want to do this, because I was seeing, the patterns of her and what she was doing and just running away and all of that stuff. And she ended up on Figueroa Street. So everybody knows that my daughter was prostituting.
Yeah, she talked about it in her interview. Captain, I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. And this is what I talked about yesterday in this video. I feel that she is completely out of line, but We'll listen to more of this right quick, and then you guys will see more of why I'm really disturbed.
Nobody likes it. I don't like it. The internet hates it. We all think that it's so creepy that Mark decided to interview her.
She says that we all feel it's so creepy that Mark decided to interview her. Meanwhile, she's on Soft White Underbelly herself, as you saw, bragging about her child, talking about her running away, saying that she's living her high reel, saying that she groomed her the best way she could, talking about her child. None of this makes sense. But now all of a sudden, Mark's the creepy guy that she fell in the arms of. Did you see all the $100 bills that mom was flashing after the interview? Anybody knew? Because if you saw the same thing I did, mom seemed to get paid pretty hefty for that interview. But let's let it go.
And without my consent. So people are thinking.
She says without her consent. First of all, do you even have legal custody of her? Because according to the 14-year-old, you don't have legal custody of her.
Like, how is the video out? FYI, disclaimer, I was not there. I was not present when my daughter did the video. So since we know that, we could go to the next thing. So remember,
so she claims that she was not present during the interview. Okay.
Intuition was itching, like, let me just let Mark know not to interview her, because I had called him one time just out the blue, and I was like, yeah, Mark, I'm looking for extra money. I wasn't per se asking him for money, but I was just like asking, like, do you know any opportunities? Like, like you do film, like I do too. Like, what's up?
But we just heard her say that she was excited because she figured she was going to be a regular over there talking about her life. Okay.
So I was just networking. And
she was just networking.
And he was like, oh, I hear that your daughter is on the street.
This is where it gets fishy to me. I hear your daughter is on the street. Obviously, they had that discussion in her interview. Both interviews are still up. You can go watch both of them yourself and make up your own informed opinion on this.
If you want extra money, go find her so I can interview her.
So she's claiming that Mark said, if you want extra money, go find your daughter and bring her in, basically, so he could interview her.
So I was like, you want me to recruit my own daughter? Like, guy, creep. This is already bad enough that she's ran away. So if I find her, I'm not going to bring her to you. So I was like, and you.
So why in her interview, after he had already interviewed the daughter, did she not call him out as a creep then? When Mark said she's a bright young lady, she is like, thank you.
Did not interview her. So that's why.
Oh, but she's claiming she told him he better not interview her. That didn't come off to me in either one of their interviews, or the follow-up, or the other follow-up that she did on her own page.
It's so crazy how he interviewed her, because he told me on that phone call, like, oh no, I wouldn't put out anything without your consent. He goes, oh no, I wouldn't put out anything without your consent. That was the key word, consent, because he knew he was going to try to get a hold of my daughter. But, and that would be easy, for
the whole consent thing. That was something that we've been bringing up. Who has legal ability to give consent for this child to do an interview? What are the contracts like that Soft White Underbelly has them sign? Where is the legal boundaries of this 14-year-old being interviewed and published? We also talked about, and you heard Mark's own words in yesterday's video, talking about how he warns these people that this will be out there forever. This will be out there forever. We got a ways to go in this one, because I'm not just going to talk about this.
For him to find her, because it's prostitutes and people that he worked with that recruit other girls. So they could just go find her, like, oh, you want to have her interview? Da-da-da. So
she's taking zero accountability that she associated Mark and her daughter. Okay.
I just couldn't believe it. He ended up getting in touch with my daughter. I was on live one day. And so while on live.
So she's taking zero accountability that she was the person to connect Mark and Nova. Okay. But it gets worse.
On Instagram, somebody said in the comments, like, oh, wait till your daughter dropped that Soft White Underbelly interview though. So I'm thinking, like, oh, one of her little friends is chiming in and they're popping it that she did the interview. And I knew it. I knew that's why I told him don't interview her. Because why would you suggest me to find her just to give me some money? You should be just on GP. Oh, this is a girl. You know, you care about it so much, right? Like you have all these GoFundMes and all these things going on, whatever the case may be. But like, you know, my daughter is really, really young and this is out of the norm. And here you go, interviewing her.
You made a pretty hefty, according to what you flashed on screen, a pretty hefty amount for the interview you gave. And again, I refer back to that interview because they talked about Nova the entire time in that interview. And never once did she act shocked that Mark was doing an interview. Never once did she act like it was out of realm that Mark would be interviewing a 14-year-old child. 13-year-old child at the time is what they claimed of the interview. However, she is 14.
But it gets worse. Crazy, right?
Yeah, it gets worse. Crazy, right?
So it gets worse because when I seen that comment on my live, I started saying, oh, if he put out a video of her, he's going to get sued. Next thing you know, he's texting me the next morning. Hey, Tania, I want to do a follow-up video. So that's how I ended up doing my follow-up video. But then he flips the script and he's then going to say,
we just watched her own video that she put on her channel of how she got in line to do her follow-up interview. She was really excited about being a regular on Soft White Underbelly. You can miss me with all this bullshit because I ain't buying it. Sorry. I'm just going to say it. I think she is covering her ass right here big time. And she should be, because if she gave consent to Mark to interview that child, yeah, she absolutely effed up in my opinion.
But we're going to put out the follow-up video, but then we're going to also put out your daughter's video too.
I got it.
I said, yeah, I heard that you interviewed her. Oh, yeah, but I'm not going to put it out. And I paid her a lot of money. I'm like, I bet you did. So I said, let me just think about that. So 2 weeks went by and I really be waiting. I be making people wait. Like I don't make decisions real fast no more because I used to do that and it didn't work. I'm like, okay, let me wait. He ended up hitting me up again. Are you still interested? Are you still interested? I didn't say nothing. He hit me up again. Are you interested? I said, you know what? Yeah.
So she's acting like Mark was just seeking her out over and over again. And she was like playing hard to get kind of thing, you know. The whole vibe has completely switched.
Because it was so much going on with my daughter. She was on live popping Percocets. She was just like really just going ham like how she does. Like she slowed down a little bit and she started posting online crazy stuff again. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna sign off that interview so that people could see that she got interviewed at 13 years old.
Oh, so she signed off on the interview. Oh, wait, hold up. She signed off. She did give consent for the interview. So disregard the previous 4 minutes where she's acting like she didn't know this was going on, didn't give consent. She just acknowledged she gave consent because she wanted her daughter to be seen that she was being interviewed at 13.
This man, period, point blank. And I need her to see, look what you did. And no shame in your game because you did it.
Look what you did. She needed her to see, look what you did. She's a minor, a child who shouldn't even be in the realm of trying to make these decisions that are going to follow her for the rest of her life. Unfortunately, it's out here. It will never go away.
But this is why you have to be careful because now he has a digital imprint of you talking about being 13 on the blade, and I hate it, right?
She also talked about in her interview, the 13-year-old, 14-year-old, about how mama over here had been putting private text messages on her social media accounts, exposing the child. That's how she lost her account, mama claimed. We went through all of that yesterday. She was shaming her with messages that the daughter was sending to embarrass her. The daughter talked about it. She claims that the daughter is such a liar. However, she admitted that she was doing that to the child.
This is where it gets worse. My daughter right now is incarcerated, so let me just speed it up.
So again, this is why we talked about it yesterday, is because she had given an update that Nova was in custody at the time.
incarcerated. She's in jail. And basically, she called me and I'm like, oh, babe, the soft white underbelly video is out. She like, Mom, what? I'm like, yeah. She like, so you gave consent to him? I said, yeah, you did the video. She like, so you gave him consent? I'm like, yeah. She like, did you see it? I said, yep.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Back it up for a second here. I'm going to play this again. We're going to go back to my video from yesterday because this pisses me off. Pisses me off right here. Again, this is my screen you're seeing because I wouldn't put her on, but this is when I was playing the mom's video that she has soft white underbelly tagged in it. But the little girl, so she's driving the car. She's filming her daughter's legs. She's got short shorts on and her daughter's legs like this. And she's filming basically the inside of her inner thighs. So again, a child. And this was after the interview done on soft white underbelly. Can you guys hear it okay? Making sure you guys can hear without seeing the screen. I need to get a green screen or whatever the overlay is.
But yeah, you basically said, what you just say? It was like when you in the house, you be itching to go outside because of what?
Because I know what I can do. I know that I can go get my money in my own.
She knows she can go get her money on her own. And yes, the volume on this interview that she did was really low, so it's probably a little harder to hear, but I do give you a breakdown. But the reason I'm playing this is for a reason, because she's totally switching up the story again. You guys can hear that, right? The volume is really low. Yeah, it's a little muffled, even with earphones in, it's a little muffled. There is closed captioning on it. This pisses me off. It's only a minute of it, but
that's not good because I still want to be with my sisters.
What about with me?
Yeah, with you too.
Mind you. But like, is it a certain reason how I act? Keep it real, because I ain't gonna edit it out. How I act is the reason why you want to leave.
Sometimes, when you be like, not like that, but like when you bringing up school.
Okay, so in this interview, and you can go watch it again, it's linked below in the description why this video is there. So this video states, let me just show you guys full screen off my phone because I don't want to pull it up for the child's sake. This is the page. This is the description. What it says is my 13-year-old daughter, Nova, explains making money herself, different from soft white underbelly. This was December 10th, 2023. And in the section, it says, in the description, it says, this was last week after I picked her up from being ran away, and then she got locked up. Then she goes on to talk about, her child being locked up, but she's filming her the entire time. So all of this newfound, like, oh, I didn't know all of that stuff, miss me with that shit. I'm not buying it, but let's go back over here. There's a reason why I'm laying it out like this, because this stuff makes me completely furious.
Mind you, I didn't even see it yet. I didn't even see it yet because
he didn't see it yet. The daughter acted shocked that it was out. However, there's videos on her pages addressing that she was on soft white underbelly.
When I signed it off and I did my follow-up video, I didn't even look at hers. Because
Michael, I'm not sure.
I didn't want to get heartbroken. I've been going through this for a little minute now, and I couldn't do it. So when I seen it online, I'm like, no, he didn't let her get interviewed in that brawl like that. I was just so disturbed.
Not once in all of the follow-up videos that she has done on social media has she mentioned the child being in a see-through bikini top. Not once has it been mentioned in any of her videos. On TikTok, I've been following her on YouTube, all of them. I've watched all of the mom's videos. I'm wondering, a blank slate, I'm wondering who got paid, because we saw the mom fan and all the money. We saw her bragging about how much money she made. We saw her talking about how she was going to be a regular on Mark's channel. She did follow-up videos talking about being on soft white underbelly, the 13-year-old being on soft white underbelly. magically all of a sudden, all of that, we just forget that it exists, I guess.
I couldn't even look because I don't see her like that. You know, when she's on Fig, I don't see her. I see what she posts online and I barely see it because I don't want to look and I'll just make another missing report. But
by the way, again, I looked high and low in LA County missing. She could be in another county. I'm not from California, but I think she would be in LA. And not once have I been able to find this child as a missing child or a runaway in the systems. Maybe I'm unable. There is a lot of missing children, unfortunately, but you would think if she's made that many reports, there would be something out there. Yes, she's a minor, but you should still be able to find something. Nothing.
it was heartbreaking. And so my daughter then goes, listen to this part, you guys. My daughter then goes, Mom, I was lying in that interview. I lied so much about you, Mom.
Remember how yesterday we looked at the fact that she was trying to say the daughter was lying? And here again, she's saying that the daughter was lying. Meanwhile, we caught her red-handed between the videos, lying herself on her child. The child was being honest about how the mom was shaming her on social media and got her account banned and doing all these things to her. The mom admitted it, but the daughter's the liar, right?
I'm like, oh. She said, I lied so much about you, Mom. And I said, girl, why was you lying? Because I know that she lies. But I'm like, why was you lying? Because I didn't want to show no emotion of being mad because then she was going to shut down. You know how kids are. They don't express themselves when you're mad now. So I'm just keeping it cool. So I'm like, girl, I'm like, yeah, that's why the internet is going crazy, you know, on me because of the things that you do, girl. You just be lying. I know. She like, and Mom, guess what? Listen to this. And he gave me 300, but he gave.
Pay close attention to this. I'm going to back this up for a minute.
I know. She like, and Mom, guess what? Listen to this. And he gave me 300, but he gave me 200 more because he told me if I want more, wear something more revealing. So that's why she wore that top.
So she's saying that he gave her $300 for the interview, but then he told her he would give her $200 more if she wore something revealing. Any of you find that odd? I might not be a big fan of soft white underbelly, but something sounds real fishy about this to me. Because he has contracts he has to have signed, I'm positive, especially when it comes into a minor. That would be extreme if they can, I mean, and granted, I could be wrong, but that is catering to pedophilia, in my opinion. And that would be a big deal. I just can't wrap my head around that. I can't wrap my head around Mark risking everything and saying to a 13-year-old, is how they titled it, to wear something revealing and he'll give her $200 more. And I'm going to show you a comparison of another child that was 14 that he interviewed when we're done with this, so you can kind of get your own wherewithal.
His request. He gave her more.
So the mom is trying to pin this all that Mark requested she wear something revealing, and he gave her more money for it. Meanwhile, we saw the mom fanning all of the money, bragging about how much she made, got paid for her interview.
At the end of the day, they're saying, I need to be in jail. What? I wasn't there. And if I wouldn't have gave consent, nobody wouldn't have known that he recorded my daughter. Period, point blank. It would.
So she only did it. She only gave consent to prove to people that he recorded her daughter. Anybody make this make sense?
Been in the archives. So people saying, oh, but you know, you could sue him. You could still sue. What was you doing? Interviewing a young girl without her parent with her nipples showing, then took it off YouTube, put it back up, blurred it out. Just so sloppy.
But you gave consent. You already said you signed off on it because you wanted basically her to learn a lesson, is what you were getting at. You gave consent.
You get what I'm saying? And I've been doing a lot of research, which I should have done. Child, ain't nobody about to do no experiment on me or my daughter. In Jesus' name, period. I speak into the universe. I'm very powerful, okay? I am, and my daughter is not about to be in you guys' cults. It's not going to happen like that. Now,
Somebody's been getting in her head talking about something here, experiments, something like that. That kind of rings a bell of some other situations going around on Soft White Underbelly. Makes me wonder who's been in her ear, but this all just seems so overdone.
I thought that maybe, you can recommend some help because people be having resources. You interview all these people, you have all these subscribers. I mean, duh. I'm the one that's more like skeptical on, is it going to work or is it going to make my baby worse? Because it's my baby at the end of the day. It's my child.
Your child that you were kicking out when she was 12 years old. The child that was 12 years old who she was kicking out of the home. You remember what we heard Nova say out of her own mouth? And she confirmed it yesterday? Yeah.
Mama. And I said what I said. Period. So, y'all get on my nerves. If you guys have any legal advice, if you guys have any pointers or whatever, because I know y'all like to chew me out, but there is people out there that, wants to help and really understands what I'm going through.
So now she wants legal advice.
Really understands what I'm going through. It's somebody out there that really understands what I'm going through, man. And somebody who, is not really judging me. I'm a young mom. I love my child. Whatever I'm doing, I do not recommend for her to do. She's not supposed to be doing that.
But you were bragging about her living your highlight reels and grooming her the best way you knew how, the best way you could, right?
Does she lie? Yes, she do. Do I chew her out? No, I don't.
Do you lie? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. That was obvious. You play one video to the other.
I just had a video call with her. We just had court today. She's supposed to get released tomorrow. All of these things. It's so many things, you guys. It's so many things. And I'm like, when she gets released, then what?
I hope that she has a guardian ad litem at least. I hope that they have CASA involved, something. I hope something happens for the best interest of this child. At this point in time, seems like everybody's failing this child. Once again, I said that yesterday and I stand on that. Somebody needs to intervene on behalf of this child and the child only.
I'm still going to do my channel. I'm still going to focus on all of my kids. I'm still going to be the mother that I am. I'm still going to be the boss that I am. I'm still going to be beautiful. And I'm still going to be a child of God, period. But, yeah, I just wanted to clear that up. But you know what? Soft White Underbelly, y'all, we are on to something because this ain't right.
We are on to something? You mean you got some backlash and now the script flipped once again? Same thing you did to your child.
Y'all just got me plastered everywhere. I see me on blogs. Y'all be chopping me up. Y'all try to make me defamation of character. I am stressed out.
Honey, this ain't defamation. This is your own statements. Far from defamation.
Period. Because of this situation. And I need legal freaking help. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video.
If she cared enough about her child, she should have never give consent to begin with. That's it. That's all there is to that. There is no reason, any reason why this is this way. All right, we're going to go back over here to my video from yesterday because I'm going to pull this part up where she talks about the child again. Going right over here, switch it around. I want to play a little bit more of my previous video to make this understandable because all of this switching and flipping and it's too much. Sounds like, to me, my opinion at this point in time is she is trying to cover her ass. Yeah, Nicole B, this is just from 9 hours ago. Yeah, the one that we just watched is from 9 hours ago.
Yeah, DM me hit ass. I'm just like, all right, fine. Okay, so anyways.
This is my video from yesterday that I'm going back to just to pull
I
these.
did. It's not because he don't like me. It's not because of what my daughter be doing. We're gonna talk about my daughter too.
We're going to talk about her daughter too.
But no,
The second video that she talked about the daughter in after the soft white underbelly interview. Okay.
like it's because of his fans. His fans they're trolls and he don't get it. And then, it really
In fact, I can't handle this. Let's just fast forward to where she does talk about her daughter.
I
Yes,
teach people
Ellie.
things. I am good to be around. And just my presence, period. Like, be appreciated.
Honestly, she's a grown-ass adult. I could give two shits less what this lady does with her, what she takes, what she does, what she spends her time doing, how she makes her money. I don't care. I really don't care. She's a grown-ass adult. The only thing I care about in this situation is the exploitation of a 13, 14-year-old child. That's the only thing I give a shit about. That's the only reason why I'm talking about this. You want to do, you, boo. I could give two shits less where she popping it, what she's popping. I don't care. What I care about is the exploitation of a minor.
Appreciative of a Black woman. Like, give me a break. Like, we out here trying to change our life. Some Black women. So for the Black women who are out here trying to change, all right, I will. Okay. See, they want me gone. So yeah. For the Black women who are doing things, give them a freaking break. You know what I'm saying? And for the Black women who aren't doing things, give them hell. But don't give me hell. Do not give me hell. And last but not least, because I'm going to keep it short because I know I'm going to have more videos talking about this, but my daughter she just turned 14 and she's been running away since 12. At 13, she ended up being on the...
My daughter just turned 14. 14 years old. Why'd they promote in the video that she was 13? Maybe, I guess, sounds better. She's been running away since she was 12. Why was she running away at 12?
Blade, yes, being a prostitute at 13 years old.
Proudly saying she was working on the Blade, being a prostitute at 13 years old.
It was shocking to us. And for the people who really know us, it was shocking. To the internet, they're like, oh, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. Oh, she's just like mom. She's not just like mom. But the thing is, she just had this interview and she was lying her ass off.
There we go again. She claimed she didn't know. She's talking about the interview right here. Second video that the mom had released on her channel talking about the interview that the child did. Didn't have a problem with it then, though.
I can't even believe what I can't believe what I was looking at, okay? She was like...
Oh, she said she didn't watch it. Oh, wait.
Lying. She was like mixing her story with stories that she's seen, and I know what story she's taken from. So I'm just like, what? So the internet is a very nasty place, but I will figure out what I'm going to do with my daughter. But as of now, my daughter is in jail.
As of now, her daughter is in jail. Did you hear that? Making sure y'all heard that. Let me rewind it just to make sure you heard it. Doesn't seem concerned about the interview a couple days ago. Absolutely, she was, Nicole. She was proud that she said she groomed her the best way she could. Best way she knew how. She was living her highlight reel. So this new interview from 9 hours ago, I'm not getting down with it. Seems like the heat has turned up, which it should have.
Taken from. So I'm just like, what? So the internet is a very nasty place, but I will figure out what I'm going to do with my daughter. But as of now, my daughter is in jail. Okay, she just went to jail.
She just went to jail. This shit pissed. So she did an interview, potentially got paid. I don't know who gave permission or consent for that interview, because if she doesn't have legal authority and the girl is a guardian, a ward of the state, has a guardian, any of that stuff, this one doesn't have any legal authority to consent for that interview. So you've got multiple problems. So I would love to see the contracts that this minor signed. She did spend time in juvie in Texas for allegedly assaulting the grandmother. Nova did. but that was previous. This is a new situation from my understanding of why she is in juvie currently. And who gave consent on behalf of the minor? Who has legal authority over the minor? And why is the little girl in jail? Did they set her up with the interview and get her arrested afterwards because she's running away? Remember, Mark said he's not a helping channel. He's a mental health channel. You've got a crisis, a family in crisis, obviously. He's not a helping channel. Right.
I'm dealing with a lot. I'm dealing with a freaking lot. And a lot of people just don't understand that. They don't even care. So
all I hear is poor her, poor her.
We'll be figuring out what approach I'm going to be coming from now on, because I see people are playing with my name, with my daughter's name, which
you be playing with your daughter's name. That's all you. You've got her tagged in every one of these videos. You've got her in the title of your videos.
Just everything. And you guys don't really know.
You putting your child out here.
The full story. An interview is just little bits and pieces of my life. But if you guys really, really, really knew, like, I really be holding back on these interviews and when I be telling stuff, because, you know, life is not just you by yourself. It involves a lot of people. So
bullshit. There's just nothing in this that makes me say that she didn't know what was going on, that she didn't give consent, that she was not aware. Not at all. So the new video that she released, there's nothing about that makes any sense to me. But let's go back to this. Let's go over here for a minute. Let me go to. Okay, I'm gonna play the end of this, her little video, and there's a reason why. You'll see in just a moment. Hopefully, I got to the right spot. None of us are perfect. Parenting, no, there ain't no such thing as a perfect parent. No, there's not. You sacrifice everything about you for that child. That's what we do as parents. Yeah.
This is the big city, baby. So we're out here.
What's your relationship like now with your mom and dad?
So that's why in my interview, I was like, my relationship is not really that good with my mom now, because
Revival, you're going to get your answer.
Every time it gets better, and something goes bad in my life, like for instance, my daughter, not trying to blame my daughter, but my mom looks down on that. Like, I thought she was just doing good, and now she's back mad. So my mom is like, if you ain't doing all the way good, she don't want to fuck with you. That's why. And I feel like I done fucked up so much. That's why I'm telling my daughter, if you fuck up so much, people just gonna look at you like, I mean, my daughter is going fast. Oh, so my mom, she hit my mom. She's done stole from my grandma. So you can imagine the relationship between me and my family now. My daughter does a lot, bro. Like even my baby father that I don't.
Look at her looking into the camera. So this is where she talks about why her family, nothing is her fault. She's got a story for everything.
She was talking to him. And I posted it on my Instagram, like, this is, why is he talking to her? This is not right. Basically on some.
So she's using the family drama. She's posting. Oh my God. She's attempting to shame the child into submission to doing what she wants. This is fucking sick. This might be one of the
pedophile type shit. Because he had sent her some money, but I don't care, because you don't talk to me. So I just was like, okay, whatever. So I posted it and they got my page deleted. And I was just like, that's what I'm saying. You tell the truth, they want to knock you down. So
remember how she said the daughter has done nothing but lie? Well, you just heard her admit that she was posting messages between the child and whatever she called him on her social media. That's what it got her page banned. Okay. There's again a reason for this.
Even the police, they don't really help too much. So I I'm gonna have to end up figuring this out. But I'm coming up with a plan for my daughter because I know that it's real serious. The internet is involved. Family ain't fucking with us. It's like leaving only me. You
A
know,
lot of chaos.
a lot of chaos. And you think I'm about to sweat? I don't have no time to.
Mm.
So busy literally taking care of kids. Even, and a lot of people were saying, oh, well, where do your kids be at? Obviously, somewhere away from all of this bull crap. Because while I'm out in the street or doing, not out in the street doing nothing bad, but like, I want my kids safe.
Mm.
My daughter got the whole, we go out, you know, we do things. We still go to the park. We still go to the
You have
mall.
all the other 4 kids under your
Yes.
roof?
So what ended up happening was, the interview when I first sat with you, you asked me, did I have my kids? I had all of them. We were all like happily ever after, living in our apartment. Well, when I went to Texas and my daughter ended up going to jail, my son was like, Mom, can I stay? And I felt so bad because I'm like, you don't want to come back with me? And he was like, I just want to play basketball. I just want to, but I knew my son, he wanted the stability. He was like, bitch, I don't know where we about to go now.
So she's aware that the kids need stability.
We didn't just drove all the way out here. Where you about to go next? New York? So he just wanted to stay with his friends, play basketball. And I'm like, you know what? You haven't even been being bad. So you can stay here with my mom. I know she's strict. I know you ain't gonna get in trouble out here. But I felt like kind of less of a parent again because I'm like, here we go again, getting split up. And, you know, I want all my kids together, but I had to chunk that up. So I said, okay, I have 4 of the girls. Let me just go. And the fact that my daughter is still doing what she's doing, I'm like, so what do we do all this for? I could have still had my son with me. So, you know, I talk to my son every other day. You know how it is. Sometimes I don't talk to him for like a week. And I'm like, why you not calling me? You know, because I be just so busy.
And he's in Texas?
She's so busy. Too busy. Too busy. You notice there's a theme with her. Everything is everybody else's fault. Every failure is everybody else's fault. Now, I think Mark Leda screwed up majorly on this. I think Mark completely did a despicable thing by putting a 13-year-old on film, period. Especially in a see-through top. I think it's disgusting, completely caters to pedophiles, in my opinion. It is beyond disgusting, his part. But I have a problem with the mom continuing to spin that everything is everybody else's responsibility but hers. All right, I'm not gonna play any more of this. I am ready to jump out of my own skin
100%.
on this, but I am going to switch over. And I am gonna play a clip from Nova's. You guys are not gonna see the screen. Please understand why. She has a baby. This is a minor. This is why I'm playing this again. For those of you that missed this video yesterday and didn't see it, the reason I'm playing this is because the mom actively lied. So we just heard her tell that she completely, you know, the daughter from Juvie was the one saying, Mom, I lied. And the mom's so worried about, in my opinion, saving her own ass. Meanwhile, she admitted to shaming the daughter by posting these messages on Instagram. Their child's. I'm just going to put this up. And then I am going to play the beginning of her interview. I don't know. I think the volume's okay on this one. This is terrible. This is such a systemic failure, and everybody has failed these children. Everybody has failed these children. It makes me see red. He identifies the mom as one of the working girls. Oh, you guys can't hear it. That's right. That's how this starts off. Let me go forward just a minute. Girls that he interviews. I forgot when I did this, I didn't have volume at first. Hold on.
Yeah.
One of the working girls.
Hold on. Sorry. Okay, here you go. Start over. Here you go. Gotcha.
All right, Nova. So you are the daughter of someone that I've interviewed before,
Yeah.
one of the working girls.
You got sound now, right?
Yeah.
Y'all can hear. Give me a thumbs up and we'll continue on. I'm not going to play much of this, but This is so bad. I just, and again, I'm not trying to, there is no simple solution. Okay. For any of this, there's no straight up simple, this will fix everything type of situation. There's just not. But it doesn't even seem like she's trying. Her son had to beg. She said it herself. He wanted stability. He wanted to play basketball. Why does she keep, it sounds like she's flopping him all over wherever she goes for her money. I don't know.
Yes.
In South Central. Her name was Tania. And she's been in the
Thank you guys.
on social media a lot with all the drama in her life.
Yeah.
You're a part of that, right? Tell me what's going on in your life, because your story is pretty unique.
So basically, what's going on in my life is my mom. When I moved with my mom, my whole life just like changed. And what I mean by change, I mean like my mom, she showed me different stuff. Like before I got with her, I lived in Beverly Hills. I was with different people.
Who are you staying in Beverly Hills with?
With my grandparents.
Grandparents, okay.
First I stayed.
Mind you, this is a 14-year-old child. She's not 13, she's 14. She had just had a birthday. Sitting here in a little tiny bikini top that's see-through. She's got braces on. You can tell she's a child. Little short shorts on. Everything on the top is exposed. He blurred her out, barely blurred the top after he got in trouble. But the uncensored version can still be found on his websites, the pay-per-view sites. Now tell me this is not catering to pedophilia. I don't know about y'all, but Liz, that's a very good point. Very valid point. Everybody failed this child in this situation. And now it seems like everybody, now that they're getting some backlash for it, everybody's throwing their hands up and magically, it's not me. It's not my fault. Mark's a creep. He basically got a hold of her without the mom. Bullshit. Exactly. And no, I'm not showing it because it's absolutely atrocious.
With my mom's mom, and then I moved with my great grandparents, my mom's mom. So when I moved with my mom, she started showing me different stuff. She moved.
So initially she was with the grandparents, the great grandparents and the grandparents, but then mama came back.
Me to the hood, the east side of LA, South Central.
And how old are you now?
13.
13. Okay.
Yeah.
So she says 13. She hesitates and smiles. I don't know if these were pre-recorded before her birthday, possibly.
When she started showing me all that stuff, and when she moved to the east side, my mindset changed. I changed how I look at things. Like, I didn't look at things the same. And once my mom started seeing that I was changing and that I didn't think the same no more, she started treating me different. Like, I feel like she didn't like it. But I mean, it wasn't really my fault. It was really her fault because I asked to stay with my grandma and she like forced me to move to LA.
Okay, right there. She asked to stay with grandma too. This is why I'm playing this, because the mom is now saying that she gave consent so the daughter would have to understand the repercussions. In other words, she didn't say that verbatim, but so she would have this, she would get basically realize what is out there once it's put out there. What? But the mom says that the daughter is the one lying. The mom says that the daughter is the one that has the problem, right? It's the daughter's fault. Well, let's just go a little bit further. I wouldn't have a clue.
Back. She was treating me weird. Like, she kept bringing up stuff. Like, she used to bring up how I got beat up, how I used to get abused by this dude. And that's when I used to run away. I'm not even gonna lie, I did used to run away.
She admits she ran away.
But it wasn't for no reason, though. She used to abuse me. She used to go on live, expose me, embarrass me. She used to post my messages.
And mom admitted to all of that. Again, so tell me who's lying here. Mom admitted to losing her page because she was doing stuff shaming the daughter. The daughter said in her interview that mom basically forced her to move, that the mom taught her stuff. I don't know about y'all, but this seems like the mom got a lot of heat on her and now is coming out with this new stuff. That's all it seems like to me. That mom's trying to save her ass. Period. Point blank. End of story. In my opinion, that's it. I'm gonna play another clip of this.
Hey y'all, real quick, I want to address something. My name is Tania, and I did a soft white underbelly video.
Yeah.
It went viral, and it kind of went viral because a lot of people didn't know that that was my get down. Like, that's what I did, and like that I went through those things in my life. So meanwhile, in that time, my daughter was 13 years old, and she was running away at the time, and she is a chronic runaway. So while
Daughter admitted that.
being ran away, she started to see my videos circulate, and she decided that she wanted to get a video done herself. So she then got into the arms of Mark, and that is crazy because my intuition was already saying, like, my daughter is going to want to do this, because I was seeing, the patterns of her and what she was doing and just running away and all of that stuff. And she ended up on Figueroa Street. So everybody knows that my daughter was prostituting. Nobody likes it. I don't like it. The internet hates it. We all think that it's so creepy that Mark decided to interview her and without my consent. So people are thinking.
So she says that Mark interviewed her without her consent. Meanwhile, she does say that she gave consent. Mom can't pick a lane. Yeah, I'm not buying it either. I agree with you, Ellie. She's running from something for sure. Like,
how is the video out? FYI, disclaimer, I was not there. I was not present when my daughter did the video. So since we know that, we could go to the next thing. So remember, my intuition was itching, like, let me just let Mark know not to interview her, because I had called him one time just out the blue, and I was like, yeah, Mark, I'm looking for extra money. I wasn't per se asking him for money, but I was just like asking, like, do you know any opportunities? Like, like, you do film, like I do too, like, what's up? So I was just networking. And
I'm just bringing this back up to wrap it all in a bow so you guys can make your informed opinions on this situation. This, to me, seems like a lot of heat got turned up. She doesn't want to deal with the repercussions. She has a very big pattern, in my opinion, of not taking responsibility. I'm not taking any responsibility off of soft white underbelly either. Mark had no business putting that little girl in a see-through bikini top on his page. There's no ifs, ands, buts about that. We don't even have to discuss that any further. There is nothing that comes good from that. There was no need for that interview. There is nothing that is going to happen great from that interview. He flat out says he's not a helping channel. He's a mental health channel. If that's the case, then you even screwed up even worse, in my opinion.
He was like, oh, I hear that your daughter is on the street. If you want extra money, go find her so I can interview her. So I was like, you want me to recruit my own daughter? Like, guy, creep. This is already bad enough that she's ran away. So if I find her, I'm not going to bring her to you. So I was like, and you better not interview her. So that's why it's so.
I'm going to need to see those messages saying that she told him not to interview her, because in my opinion, that's highly unlikely that that's how that went down.
Crazy how he interviewed her, because he told me on that phone call, like, oh no, I wouldn't put out anything without your consent. He goes, oh no, I wouldn't put out anything without your consent. That was the key word, consent, because he knew he was going to try to get a hold of my daughter. But
my question goes back to still, who has legal authority to give consent for this interview in the first place?
And that would be easy, for him to find her, because it's prostitutes and people that he worked with that recruit other girls. So they could just go find her, like, oh, you want to have her interview? So I just couldn't believe it. He ended up getting in touch with my daughter. I was on live one day. And so while on live on Instagram, somebody said in the comments, like, oh, wait till your daughter dropped that soft white underbelly interview, though. So I'm thinking, like, oh, one of her little friends is chiming in and they're popping it that she did the interview. And I knew it. I knew that's why I told him don't interview her, because why would you suggest me to find her just to give me some money? You should be just on GP. Oh, this is a girl, you care about it so much, right? Like you have all these GoFundMes and all these things going on.
Why is she bringing up GoFundMes?
Whatever the case may be. But like, my daughter is really, really young and this is out of the norm. And here you go interviewing her. But it gets worse. Crazy, right? So it gets worse because when I seen that comment on my live, I started saying, oh, if he put out a video of her, he's going to get sued. Next thing you know, he's texting me the next morning. Hey, Tania, I want to do a follow-up video. So that's how I ended up doing my follow-up video. But
you just heard her admitting that she knew she did an interview. She talked about it days after.
Then he flips the script and he's then going to say, but
yeah, damn it,
we're going to put out the follow-up video, but then we're going to also put out your daughter's video too. I said, yeah, I heard that you interviewed her. Oh, yeah, but I'm not going to put it out. And I paid her a lot of money. I'm like, I bet you did. So I said, let me just think about that. So 2 weeks went by and I really be waiting. I be making people wait. Like I don't make decisions real fast no more because I used to do that and it didn't work. I'm like, okay, let me wait. He ended up hitting me up again. Are you still interested? Are you still interested? I didn't say nothing. He hit me up again. Are you interested? I said, you know what? Yeah. Because it was so much going on with my daughter. She was on live popping Percocets. She was just like really just going ham like how she does. Like she slowed down a little bit and she started posting online crazy stuff again. So I'm just like,
there ain't nothing about me that's buying this bullshit.
But I'm gonna sign off that interview so that people could see that she got interviewed at 13 years old by this man. Period, point blank. And
so she's doing it so people could see that he interviewed a 13-year-old. They didn't need to see Nova. There's plenty of others that he's interviewed.
Her to see, look what you did. And no shame in your game because you did it. But this is why you have to be careful because now he has a digital imprint of you talking about being 13 on the blade. And I hate it, right? This is where it gets worse. My daughter right now is incarcerated, so let me just speed it up. She's incarcerated. She's in jail. And basically, she called me, and I'm like, oh, babe, the soft white underbelly video is out. She like, Mom, what? I'm like, yeah. She like, so you gave consent to him? I said, yeah, you did the video. She like, so you gave him consent? I'm like, yeah. She like, did you see it? I said, yep. Mind you, I didn't even see it yet.
We just heard in the previous video that she did, I showed you guys that she knew that the video was out. She had already talked about it on her page and her follow-up video about C-Mac and her breaking up.
See it yet because when I signed it off and I did my follow-up video, I didn't even look at hers because I didn't want to get heartbroken. I've been going through this for a little minute now and I couldn't do it. So when I seen it online, I'm like, no, he didn't let her get interviewed in that bra like that. I was just so disturbed. I couldn't even look because I don't see her like that. When she's on Fig, I don't see her.
And not once before did she mention anything the way she was dressed. Not once.
I see what she posts online and I barely see it because I don't want to look and I'll just make another missing report. But it was heartbreaking. And so my daughter then goes, listen to this part, you guys. My daughter then goes, Mom, I was lying in that interview. I lied so much about you, Mom. I'm like, oh.
She said that the daughter was lying in the interview, right? The daughter was lying. But we just heard again out of her mouth that the daughter was actually telling the truth. And the mom had confirmed some of the stuff the daughter was saying. Who's the liar?
She said, I lied so much about you, Mom. And I said, girl, why was you lying? Because I know that she lies. But I'm like, why was you lying? Because I didn't want to show no emotion of being mad because then she was going to shut down. You know how kids are. They don't express themselves when you're mad now. So I'm just keeping it cool. So I'm like, girl, I'm like, yeah, that's why the internet is going crazy, on me because of the things that you do, girl. You just be lying. I know.
Well, the internet's going crazy on you because of your lack of accountability and obviously putting your child in a terrible spot. That's why the internet's going crazy on you.
Oh, she like, and Mom, guess what? Listen to this. And he gave me $300, but he gave me $200 more because he told me if I want more, wear something more revealing. So that's why she wore that top. His request. He gave her more. So at the end of the
I'm going to need to see proof of that. I'm going to need to see text messages, the conversation that he asked her to wear a revealing top before I believe that too.
day, they're saying I need to be in jail. What? I wasn't there. And if I wouldn't have gave consent, nobody wouldn't have known that he recorded my daughter. Period, point blank. It would have been in the archives. So people saying, oh, but you know, you could sue him. You could still sue. What was you doing?
Why is she talking about suing?
Interviewing a young girl without her parent with her nipples showing, then took it off YouTube, put it back up, blurred it out. Just so sloppy. You get what I'm saying? And I've been doing a lot of research, which I should have done. Child, ain't nobody about to do no experiment on me or my daughter. In Jesus' name, period. I speak into the universe. I'm very powerful, okay? I am, and my daughter is not about to be in you guys' cults. It's not going to happen like that. Now, I thought that maybe, you know, you can recommend some help because people be having resources. You interview all these people. You have all these subscribers. I mean, duh. I'm the one that's more like skeptical on, is it going to work or is it going to make my baby?
You know what? Honestly, Band-Aid, the experiment thing is instantly where I went with that. The Lima situation. Somebody has been in her head, and I instantly thought of Amanda Rabb and Lima in that, what she just said there. Something's odd there, but that was what I instantly went to too.
Be worse. Because it's my baby at the end of the day. It's my child. I'm the mama. And I said what I said.
Your baby that you gave consent to put on the internet. And now you're spinning all of this stuff saying that she lied on you. She did all this stuff. I'm not buying it.
Period. So, you know, y'all get on my nerves. If you guys have any legal advice, if you guys have any pointers or whatever, because I know y'all like to chew me out, but there is people out there that, you know, wants to help and really understands what I'm going through.
What you're putting your child through, your children through.
Really understands what I'm going through. It's somebody out there that really understands what I'm going through, man. And somebody who, you know, is not really judging me. I'm a young mom. I love my child. Whatever I'm doing, I do not recommend for her to do. She's not supposed to be doing that.
She was bragging about her living her highlight reel.
Does she lie? Yes, she do. Do
you lie? Yeah, you do.
I chew her out? No, I don't. You know, I just had a video call with her. We just had court today. She's supposed to get released tomorrow. All of these things. It's so many things, you guys. It's so many things. And I'm like, when she gets released, then what? I'm still going to do my channel. I'm still going to focus on all of my kids. I'm still going to be the mother that I am. I'm still going to be the boss that I am. I'm still going to be beautiful.
Me. I.
And I'm still going to be a child of God, period. But, yeah, I just wanted to clear that up. But you know what? Soft white underbelly, y'all, we are on to something because this ain't right. Y'all just got me plastered everywhere. I see me on blogs. Y'all be chopping me up. Y'all try to make me defamation of character. I am stressed out.
It ain't defamation. Facts ain't defamation. These are your own words.
Period. Because of this situation. And I need legal freaking help.
Probably should have thought about that before you consented to letting your daughter sit with a shirt, see-through top on in an interview. All right, one more time. I am going to switch over one more time. I'm not going to put this, actually, hold on just a second. I'm going to put an overlay on this. And the only reason I'm showing this is because she made the point to say that she basically allowed for this to happen so people could see that Mark's interviewing children. Okay, that was kind of the connotation that she gave by, it would have been in the archives. If I wouldn't have given consent for it, it would have been in the archives. Sorry, Kiki hair. And nobody would have known. Well, we don't need that. We don't need none of that because we've got this. This is from 2 years ago, February 28th, 2021 to be exact. I'm just going to play a couple of minutes of this so you guys can hear what I'm talking about.
All you do is talk to me.
Okay.
Let me hear you talk so I can see how loud.
Hello.
Perfect. Okay, good.
The title of this video on Soft White Underbelly is Teenage Prostitute Interview, Momo. Momo is fully clothed, but she is still a minor, so for respect, I will not put her on screen.
All right, Momo.
Yes.
Momo, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Los Angeles, California.
South Central?
Yes.
And tell me about your childhood. You had both your parents growing
All
up?
right. My childhood, my father, he lives in Alabama. My mother, she lives out here. I grew up with my mom. I moved from Alabama when I was a baby. I still haven't seen my dad to this day. Like, I get to see him if I'm on via call or chat or anything.
So your dad's not really a big part of your life? No,
but he sends me money every month, but I put in my savings account for my mom. But that's not working out.
And how was your childhood?
My childhood.
How old are you now?
I'm 14.
You're 14, so
Yes.
you're still a child.
Yeah, still a child.
I'm 14, still a child. I'm just trying to prove a point that there was no need for Nova's mom over here to be claiming that she gave consent so people could see that he interviewed a child. We know that. That's been happening. That's why this is so disturbing, because it keeps escalating. Granted, in that one 2 years ago, she was fully clothed and not in a bikini top that was see-through, plastered all over the internet for 5 million subs. Yeah, this is not anything new for him. He don't get a pass on this either.
How is your childhood?
It's hard. It's not, well, I can't say it's hard, but it's difficult.
What kind of pressures do you have as a 14-year-old growing up in 2020 in South Central?
It's good. It's all right, but it's not good. It's not good because when I go back home, I gotta go on the street and go hoe and stuff. But when I'm at school, it's a whole different person, you know? And people don't know like that. And I don't have friends like that. I don't talk to people like that at school. So it's just like.
So they don't know they're friends of yours at school that are doing this?
No, my friends, I don't know about them. I just go to school. But I go to school away from my home. I go to school, I go to high school.
Oh, so you're going to school far away from home?
Yes, I don't go to school back home because
so
if I go.
What got you attracted to this?
When I was younger, I was living with my granny on 46 in Boulogne.
So obviously this is just a thing, okay? Y'all get what I'm trying to throw down here. This is obviously something that he's been doing. I don't need to play any more of that. You guys know what is going on over there. I don't know how he's gotten away with it so many times, but he obviously interviews minors. So again, just to squash her whole theory that she was basically doing this to prove that Mark interviews minor children. No, there's another 14-year-old still on his channel right now. She's clothed though. She's got clothes on. Even though Nova's mom claims that Mark offered her, Nova, $200 more for a revealing top. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I am completely disgusted. I think the further the mom talks, the more disgusted I get. All I hope in this situation is that, considering the little girl was in juvie, it sounds like, I hope whatever the case may be, that she has a court-appointed legal advocate, guardian ad litem, a CASA representative, somebody's intervening. I don't know how she's got custody of all these kids. I really don't. I don't know all the ins and outs. Of course, we see what's little bits there, but on her channel, she has the minors posted on her channel. Yeah, there's several minors posted. There's actually been a couple that have been taken down too. I'm just not buying it. All of them, in my opinion, are just as bad as the rest. Mark screwed up majorly by doing this interview to begin with, paying this, but the mom didn't seem to have a problem with it when she was railing out all that money, showing it off. What do you guys think? Do you buy that the mom was somehow conned into this? Does anybody believe the mom's story? Please feel free to give me your opinions. I cannot for the life of me understand how she's now trying to twist this again. I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying that the mom actually gives a shit at all. I was really happy, and I hate to say this, but I was happy that she was at least in the juvie system, so maybe she could get the right help. But who knows who has custody of this little girl to begin with? The little girl said that the mom lost custody of her. I've got a little buddy here. Kiki, say hi. Kiki's just entertaining you guys tonight. He's really needy tonight. I don't know. Something doesn't make sense to me. I don't know how about you, what you guys think, but something's not jiving here. Seems like a lot of people are kind of trying to cover their butts, and she wants legal assistance now. Legal assistance for what? You gave consent. I don't believe her either. Yeah. There ain't nothing about it that makes me believe that, Mom. And I just hope for the best. She's acting like she doesn't want the video up there. Then do something to get it down. I don't know what else to say. I'm going to keep following her stuff. I've been watching her TikToks and her YouTube stuff, but this is just, it's disturbing. Mark's no better than she is. I think so too, Lauren. I do too. I really do. I feel like the mom was the one that set them up. It's just too convenient that she's saying that they recruited. I guarantee that does happen some, but I don't think that's the case in this situation. The mom did multiple interviews or videos after on her own and bragged about being on Soft White Underbelly, talked about it. And you can go through and piece their videos together and realize that the little girl isn't lying about a lot of stuff. The mom confirms a lot of the stuff, but now she's spinning it that the little girl's lying again. I don't know. All right, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. I just wanted to play this out because this bothers me so bad. All of them. Everybody's failed this little girl. Everybody has failed this little girl. And this is one of those situations. Sounds like she probably has been in the system, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on there either. I don't know if there's so many kids too. She's got 4 girls and 1 boy. I hope the boy is doing good at least. I don't know. This is just too much, but exploitation, 100% in my opinion, and Soft White Underbelly and the mom. I'm not going to, a lot of people are like, oh, he did all that to you. I don't buy that. I don't give him a pass on this either, but I really don't buy the BS that she's spinning. She sees that Mark's got some negative attention. This is what my opinion fully is before we end. I see that, or I think she sees that people are questioning Mark and his tactics and how he's been a part of these controversial things like Amanda Rabb, previous minors on his channel. So she's hoping to spin a part of that narrative that it's all Mark's fault, that Mark's this creepy guy that solicits all these minors and things like that. Granted, I'm not giving him a pass. I think what he did was despicable. He had the wherewithal to not post that, not interview a child. He did all of that. We're not giving him no passes either, especially considering she was basically topless, see-through bikini top. Bad choices all around. But he's not a helping channel. He claims he's a mental health channel. Yeah, that's not the case. Honestly, to be truthful, Marcy, there's been so many rumors going around about who's got custody of the child. The child said that nobody has custody of her. Sorry, Kiki was in the light. The child said nobody has custody of her. The mom says she's got custody of her. She's been in state facilities. It's really hard to say where custody lies in this situation. CPS has been involved. I know that because the mom said it in one of her interviews. She said that they were down her neck. Sounds almost like she flops around a lot too, takes the kids in and out of places. I don't know if the kids are just falling through the cracks that way. I'm not really sure. It's hard to say. Obviously, she's in the system now. So all we can hope for is that a guardian ad litem, somebody needs to advocate on behalf of the child only, the best interest of the child, because it seems like all the adults around her are incapable of doing that. Oh, Marcy, yeah. She's got 4 girls and a boy. The boy lives with his grandmother, but she's got 4 children, 4 little girls. And she's posting some of those little girls on her channel too. Yeah, unfortunately. And Mark interviews other children. Yeah. All right, y'all. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you guys for joining me. We'll just keep watching it. Please go give Rabbit. She's been doing great videos on this too. Rabbit's been, that's how I found out about it. And then I started following the mom's page, just trying to see what was going to happen. So tonight when I realized that, wait a second, she's flip-flopping these stories all over the place. You can track the timeline. None of it makes sense. The mom absolutely was aware of this interview. I'm not buying her bullshit. Have a good night, y'all.